Hey everyone, this is Eli from Checkit.com here with an After Effects tutorial on everyone's second favorite day of the week, Effects Friday. And today I have a great tutorial for you, but let me just acknowledge the fact that we're back. After 2 years, it feels so good to finally be back and making the tutorial for you. But the only sad part is that Brandon, aka Brandon Bias, aka the White Mamba, is still on his mission until November. So until November, it's just going to be me making tutorials for you, but don't worry about it. We're going to work hard and we're going to learn together and have tons of fun. Make sure that you give the video a like for all the hard work put into these tutorials. It really does help out. Also, don't forget to leave a comment because I leave all my favorite comments at the end of the video. So anyway, today's tutorial is actually a tutorial that I made, or not a tutorial, an effect. An intro that I made 2 years ago. I actually was working on this before I left on my mission, but I wasn't able to get it out on time, so it's been sitting on my computer for 2 years. But yeah, everything in here can be done in After Effects. No third-party plugins needed. We'll give you a little preview here. I used this preview on our Facebook fan page 2 years ago, and a lot of our fans were like, "Whoa, Eli, how the cuss did you do that? Eli, I need my dad's approval. How do I make this intro?" And I'm very sorry I wasn't able to make a tutorial for you back then, but today I'm making it, and today you're going to learn. It's all done within After Effects until you get to the optical flares here. But before you all freak out, I have a bone to pick with you. I made a tutorial on how to make free custom flares within After Effects. It gets the same exact effect, and it's completely free. You can get this at Checkit.com, so quit freaking out, man. I did this tutorial for you just so you guys could quit complaining, and there's still tons of people complaining. Oh my gosh, it made me so mad. I came home, I saw tons of comments, like, it's all free except for optical flares. Oh, I want to twist your nipples. Look at this. It's at Checkit.com for free. Same effect, just takes longer. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. This is also all for free at checkit.com/download. So go there, download it. If you don't have optical flares and you want that effect, the same effect, I've pre-rendered them. So you have no excuses to freak out in this tutorial. And you can click the pre-rendered flares. But if you have optical flares, like most of you do, you can just open the actual project file here and boom, here she is. All for free. Look at that. You can just change the text. So yeah, that's the end of the preview for this. If you just want this intro, go there and download it and change the template. Here's the template for you. But if you want to learn how to make this effect, that's what we're going to be learning today, is a 3D environment, flares, lighting, 3D text. So let's dive right into it. Go into After Effects and go to a new project here. No, I don't want to save. And the first thing you're going to want to do is go down to this little button down here to create a new composition. Now, forewarning guys, we are using something called Ray Traced. It is the better 3D within After Effects. So it is actually very computer intensive. So I'm going to do these projects at 720p because I don't want to crash your guys' computer. Let's also make it 10 seconds long and hit OK. So the first thing you're noticing is that I have a bunch of checkerboards. That's actually the transparency. You guys can click that on and off by this button right here. Let's go down to the bottom and let's start with our lights. So let's right click in this blank canvas area, go new, light, and let's just make it a spotlight is fine. Intensity at 100, cone angle at 150, cone feather at 100, make sure it's on smooth for the fall off. The radius at 100,000 and the fall off distance at 100,000. These are the settings I used. You guys can use whatever the freak you want. I'm not the boss of you. Okay, hit OK. And yeah, you'll get this thing. Don't worry about it. Hit OK. And that's the first light. So let's actually move this light to the left and then up to more left, I guess. Then let's select the light down here and hit Controller Command D. And then we'll drag the y-axis down, then the x-axis over, and put it to the bottom right. And this will just set up the plane to light up our image nice and clean. So next what we want to do is we want to right-click and go up to New, and let's set up a camera. So let's go to Camera, let's delete that 1 at the beginning. That's always so annoying. And you guys can make it whatever you want. The smaller the number, the wider angle the lens. So a 15mm does look pretty cool, but you'll see the entire, or like, I think it's like 180 or something crazy like that, the degrees that you see. I'm going to use, let's just go a normal 35mm. Don't have depth of field selected because we're going to create our own depth of field. And we're going to hit OK. Alright, so next what we want to do is we want to go up to the renderer here and we want to select it where it says Classic 3D, and then we'll go down to the renderer here, and we'll change it to Ray Traced 3D. You'll get this warning here. You guys can hit never again if you want. I'm going to leave it on just in case I mess up the tutorial and I restart it, but I'm going to hit OK. And then we're going to go into the options right next to it. Make sure you're at draft here. And the lower the number, the worse the quality, but you can always change it at the end before you render. Working with a low ray trace quality is highly recommended. This is the anti-aliasing. I just leave it on box. Hit OK and hit OK again. This could take a little while for your ray trace to finish being set up, but in the meantime, let's go up to File, and let's just hit Save As. You can always hit Control-Shift-S if you want. See, I'll do it right now. Control-Shift-S. And we're just going to save this because this is the file you guys are going to receive. Let's just call this MC Intro. Well, not intro. Intro, yo. Hit enter. Okay. So now it's saved, and I say save because I'm going to be constantly hitting Control-S to keep saving the project because it could crash at any time, you guys. Just keep that in mind. Ray Traced is intense on your computer. Next, what we want to do is we want to go up to the text tool. Let's just select it. Let's actually double click it so then it actually sets it up right in the middle. And you're going to need a Minecraft font. I'll leave a link in the description to this Minecraft font that I use. It's just Minecrafter 3. You can type that in Google if you want. But anyway, I'm just going to type in Enter Craft. Okay. And you'll see that this looks like craft. like crap. Let's select it. Let's actually get to our move tool again. And let's start messing with this. So let's double click on mine. Just the mine, and let's enlarge it so it's the same size as craft. There we go. Then let's change the color of it to white or black. I'm going to use white. And now what we want to do is we want to hit F4 until we get to 3D options over here, and we're going to go to this little box, and we're just going to select it, and it will make the Minecraft into a ray traced 3D text. You'll see that this is so intensive on the computer. My computer does not suck, you guys. It is just so intense, but it's free, so deal with it. Something else that you guys can do to make it render faster is go down to where it says full, select it, and let's just go down to quarter. And we're just going to work in quarter. There we go. Now let's select Minecraft, and let's drag down this arrow right here. Let's go down to our geometry options, and this is where the bevel comes in. We can zoom in here. If we select angular, you'll see that it puts a nice little bevel on the edge, and then we can extrude the depth, and we're getting some nice text already. And it looks pretty awesome. The cones are affecting it really well. But what we want to do is we want to send this back in 3D. Let's click Z, send it back a little bit, and then let's actually send it over in the X-axis there. Perfect. We need to go up to this blank canvas area, double click, and find the file that you want to use for the background. I'll be including this Minecraft jungle shot for you guys. I'm just going to click and drag that below. And at this point, I'm going to hit Control or Command S to save the project. Then I'm going to right click on the Minecraft shot. And I'm going to go up to Environment Layer. Just click that. And this might take a little while, guys. What it's doing is it's taking this image and it is putting it in a giant circle around your project. It's just making an environment pretty much. I've talked about this in the past. So there you go, see? And now if we select our camera, let's actually drag Minecraft below everything just so it makes more sense. But let's select camera, go into the camera options, drag down the camera options, and if you zoom in, it zooms in the entire project. If you zoom out, you'll see more of the project. And if you drag down the transform options here, if you go over, you'll see that we actually have a really nice environment going on. It's pretty cool, huh? Let's go from the active view, and you'll see the one view over here. You can always do more views if you want, but I'm just going to stick with active camera, and then I'm going to go down to left. And I'm going to zoom out using the scroll wheel. And now what we want to do is close those options there. Grab the light and hold shift and click on Minecraft. And we're just going to send this in Z-space closer to the camera. And we don't know how close yet, but that looks pretty good to me. So then let's go back to our active camera and just see how far we are up. That's still not too close. Let's actually keep going. Right about there looks pretty good to me. Awesome. Well, how about right about there? There we go. That looks a lot better. Alright, so now what we want to do is actually I'll also drag it a little bit left because that doesn't look too centered to me. There we go. Alright, so next what we want to do is we want to start animating our camera. Let's go to our camera here. We want to keyframe this. Let's keyframe the position and the orientation. These are Z, this is X, and this is Y. So if we go really far over, and let's actually grab the point of interest. Let's go back to our left side. Click this button right here. Just make the point of interest the camera. And let's actually go from the back as well, and just make sure it's in the center of Minecraft. There we go. And then we can go back to our active camera. Now we'll be rotating just around the Minecraft layer. Let's just keep messing with this until we get something that we like. I like seeing a lot of the sky, so I'm going to keep it there. Then we're going to go forward all the way to the end. And let's just move it up. Let's move it back over here. Really cool. Maybe mess with the orientation a bit. End it there. Mess with the orientation here. Make it a little bit that way. There we go. I mean, just keep messing with everything till you get something that you like. That looks pretty freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I like it facing up a little bit. Maybe, yeah, let's have it end on the center. There we go. That's not good enough. Go there. So let's have it face a little bit more down at this point. Okay, there we go. I also would like it to be a little bit more up and more center at this point. Where is this at? There we go. That's probably my favorite shot right there, but I just want to make sure that it'll line up perfectly in the center so you get to read it perfectly, at least at one point. Alright, that looks awesome. And just to show you guys the difference in the camera, if you double click the camera, you can always go in here and change it to 15 if you want. Just look how like more you could just see everything at that point. Some people don't like that. Double click it again. Sorry guys, I'm doing this on the fly. 20 is probably better. Yeah, that looks better to me. So now we get to add the flare because our motion is pretty much done. That's easy, huh? So let's right click, go to new, solid, and we can make this any color we want. It doesn't really matter because that's going to be the color. We can name this flare. Hit OK. Now let's go over to our effects and presets, type in flare if you guys have optical flares, but I'll be pre-rendering this once again just so you guys don't have to buy this. Let's make it 3D, render mode on transparent. Then let's just start setting it back in Z-space a lot because it is pretty ridiculously close. It's going to have to be further than that, but let's actually put it... We're going to have to zoom out a lot because we need to put this up high. There we go. And we want to keep sending it back. Let me see. Where is it at? Let's bring up the brightness here. Awesome. And let's just keep sending it back in Z-space. And there's a purpose for this, guys. The lower millimeter you select, the further back you have to send this back in Z-space because it will not look right. Let's see if it won't stay at that point. But there we go. I think mine's sent back far enough, but I want it to be sent further up. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Let's also have one over here. So let's actually duplicate this by hitting Controller Command D. Zooming out. See, I don't even know if you guys can tell what I'm doing. You want to get this in a position. I'm trying to get mine right there. Just a little bit that way. Okay, that's good enough to me. There we go, and it stays there too. Perfect. All right. Now we want to put the brightness all the way up, and we want to change these flares. I'm going to go into the options here, and let's take one robot light. That one. And let's set it to linear dodge. Awesome. because that will look like that. And then it's not even in the picture. And now this one will change. All right, let's just make this one, let's hit enter, call this flare 2. There we go. Now with flare, let's change this one as well. Let's go down to Pro Presets 2, and let's find, Scorch. That looks pretty awesome to me. All right, I'm going to enlarge it. There we go. Bring up the scale a little bit, and maybe zoom out and put it a little bit more up into the right. There we go, and how does this look? Stays there. Oh, freaking awesome. 2 suns in Minecraft, but hey, you know what? It looks awesome, so F the haters, get money. All right, select it. Go down to linear, where is it? Linear light. Awesome. That one looks like an actual sun. All right, so now let's actually close those up. Now we can select the Minecraft background here. Let's go up to Effect, Blur and Sharpen, and we're going to select a camera lens blur. First thing we're going to do is repeat edge pixels here. Then we're going to go up to the blur radius, and we're going to turn it down to 4, just so you can kind of see a little bit better. And let's turn the roundness up to 100%. Aspect ratio, leave it at 1. You could turn up the saturation as well. And now, if you guys want, you can do what I'm about to do next. We're going to mess with the font layer, and we're going to make it look better now. So let's go down to the material options, and let's turn up the reflection intensity to however much you want. I'm going to do up really high here. And keep in mind, if you turn down the metal, you'll turn down how much color is seen. So I actually like it really high up because I like seeing a lot of color in mine. Alright, and now we just need to make sure that we see everything really well there. Alright, let's go down to the reflection sharpness and turn that down. You're seeing how it's turning out here. It looks pretty awesome, right? We can still do one more thing, and that is color correct it. So I'm going to right click, go new, adjustment layer, or you can hit Control Alt Y or Command Alt Y, and let's just hit enter and call this, let's call this Viggy. Let's create a vignette quick. Let's go to the rectangular tool up here, click and hold on it, go down to the ellipse tool. Then let's double click the ellipse tool, go over here and type in, what should we do? Let's do a curves adjustment on it. There we go. We're going to make a cool vignette this time. Click and drag it onto the Viggy layer and just drop down that layer. And then let's turn the mask to inverted, and let's actually turn up the feather a lot. And I'll create a nice soft vignette on the edge there that just drops the curves down a lot and makes everything, like the color, come back a lot too. This makes everything look a lot better. You can always mess with this if you want, make it sharper, but I'm going to keep mine right there. Cool. And next what we want to do is we want to make some actual color correction. So let's hit Control or Command Alt Y once again. Hit enter and call this CC. Alright, and let's just click and drag a curves adjustment once again. And we can always make a simple S curve there. And let's go to the reds. And you can always just mess with this, guys. Depending on what you want. I mean, do we want a more lush looking thing? Bring down the reds there. Turn up the greens a bit. And you'll get a more lush looking environment. I mean, look how just intense that is. If we set this at 100%, you'll see. So instead of quarter, go to full. Look at that. Pretty freaking awesome. And guys, you don't have to use the linear dodge like I did. You can always go with screen or something brighter if you want. It's all up to you guys, or add. I really like add, so I'm actually going to keep mine at add here, because it just adds more of a realistic look to the image. What we want to do next is add a nice flicker to the flares here. So I'm going to drop down the flicker. Just going to turn up the speed and the amount to 16. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Mess with it later if you want, but I'm just going to do some random settings here. And that'll just make them flicker a little bit. Alright guys, so with that we are now done. So let's go up to our ray trace settings and let's go to our options here and turn it up to whatever you guys want. It is seriously up to you. I always keep mine at 3 because it looks good enough. And this is going to take absolutely forever to render. So with that, once I hit OK, this is going... oh my goodness. I should have saved. I should have hit Command S. It might crash on me. Let's hit Command or Control S here. And you'll see, wow, that actually doesn't look too good right now. Why does that look like that? Because it's not rendered or something? Where's the reflections at? Okay, this is good. We're having a problem with this because you guys might have ran into the same thing. Okay, it might be because we have the reflection sharpness all the way down. Let's actually turn that up. See how it looks now. Alright, so that was the problem. There we go. So with that, all we have to do is go up to, well, first hit Controller Command S, and then go up to Composition, add to Render Queue. Let's click on Lossless, and go down to QuickTime. And we don't have any audio, so I'm just going to turn the audio output off, hit OK. Well, actually, I forgot to mention, format options, make sure you're at H.264 and it's at 100. Okay. Now click on the comp and let's actually select desktop and let's render it and call this MC intro done. Hit save and hit render. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. I hope you learned something from this tutorial and hope that you also like this free intro that I gave to you for free. Make sure to go to CheckIt.com/downloads to get this. Also, make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up, and also leave a comment. So all my favorite comments are at the end of the next video, so you might be able to make it to that. Thank you guys for all the support that you've been showing since I've been back. It's been awesome. It's been quite the ride being back and starting new tutorials and stuff like that again. And these tutorials do take a lot of work, but it's worth it helping you guys out. I really love the relationship that Check It fam has with its not fans. You guys aren't fans. You guys are more like friends. Thanks for being my friends. If you know that movie, it's The Waterboy. Okay, anyway, I'm talking too much. I'll see you guys next week or every day I live stream. So if you guys want to see that, you can also check out my live streams. But with that, I'm out and I'll see you next week. Peace.